Ciao, ciao, dosto. Good evening, buonasera. And this is the video of the breakdown and reaction of Roma 3, Sporting Club de Braga 0. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ajay Menon. I'm a Romanista. I create content around a lot of sports and, of course, thoda sa bias hai towards Roma and, of course, Italian football. If you're new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button, like the video, and share it with your friends. अगर आप ये चैनल के रेगुलर हो तो भाई हंगामा आ गया है इतने दिनों के बाद इतने दुख दर्द पीड़ा इतना गंदे स्टार्ट के बाद में फाइनली रोमा हैव टर्न्ड इट अराउंड इट लुक्स लाइक इट टच वुड दिस रन कंटिन्यूज सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर अडू Let's start the video. So guys, कल का game था between Roma and Braga in the Europa League. Of course, in the last game week, Roma had drawn against Tottenham Hotspur. एकदम last gasp goal था from Mats Hummels, and that was Raneiri's second game in charge for Roma. And it finally looks like the things have kind of turned around in Rome. The tide has turned, जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं अंग्रेजी में, as Roma have racked up 2 consecutive wins now. A win against Lecce over the weekend, 4-1, and of course this win, that was a 3-0 win. But Roma had so many chances, man. I mean, we could have easily won the game 6-0, 7-0, आराम से हो सकता था, and it would have been a fair result in either ways. We'll get to the stats in a bit. I have some fascinating stats to show to you, but अगर गेम की बात करें तो ऑफ कोर्स रोमा यूरोपा लीग में 21st 22nd थी at the start of the game week, and of course with 3 points Roma have moved up. Long way to go for automatic qualification, but at least it's a step in the right direction. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, the mood in Rome was very, very horrendous. Of course, after the whole De Rossi, Ivan Juric incidents that happened, the morale of the squad was very low, and Ranieri was brought in. And अगर आप देखोगे पहले 3 गेमों में he just produced a draw against Spurs. Otherwise, it was defeats to Atalanta and Napoli. But after that win over the weekend against Lecce, I think Roma का थोड़ा एक confidence level बढ़ गया है, and that showed in Ranieri's team selection as finally he gave Lorenzo Pellegrini his first start. In Ranieri's third spell as coach of Roma. This is the first time that Pellegrini has played for him, in this term. And Pellegrini, of course, the Roma captain, he's been, through a shaky season as well. His numbers haven't been good. Dropped from the Italy squad, confidence at an all-time low. So this was a game where, he finally kind of broke his shackles, and जो उसका 1,000 pound का weight था over the shoulders, finally got rid of it. He opened up the proceedings for Roma with a decent, tidy finish. Nikola Zalewski, another player who was, under pressure, setting him for that goal. And to be honest, Pellegrini could have had a couple of goals in the first half itself, because the way that he was playing, he looked like a man who was free from all those burdens, like I mentioned. So, काफी अच्छा था. I mean, Lorenzo Pellegrini needed this performance to get back on track, and hopefully it's upwards and onwards for him from here. Paulo Dybala started in a false 9 role, and very weirdly, Dybala wins a lot of headers. I think ये एक part है जो Dybala के गेम में काफी लोग ध्यान देते नहीं है, शायद मिस आउट होता रहेगा, क्योंकि traditionally he does play out wide, but in this false 9 role he plays more through the middle, and Dybala holds up the ball pretty well. He's got good strength, and he's got good aerial ability, and that's a thing that you don't want to miss. And अगर आप Dybala को enough देखे हो throughout his course of his career, you know that he's got that prowess in him. So Dybala played 45 minutes, and then of course in the next 45, Artem Dobic, who was returning from injury, came on. So overall, I think Ranieri managed Dybala and Dobic very well. Cristante was still out, Zeki Celik was still out, and Zeki Celik's replacement, Saud Abdul Hamid, has created history. He became the first Saudi player to score in Europe, obviously for Roma as well, for any Italian team in any European competition. So that's a bit of history. ये future trivia quizzes में वगैरह सब आएगा. Who was the first Saudi player to score a goal in Europe, and the answer is Saud Abdul Hamid. What a performance for him. मैंने Twitter में जाके देखा, बहुत सारे images थे where he's been morphed into Cafu, the legendary right back of Roma. but obviously, ये सब थोड़ा एक lighter sense में लेना चाहिए. But Saud had a very good performance as well. He was a constant threat to Braga down that right flank, and his attacking runs eventually paid off because he scored a goal that was set up by Manu Kone. And of course, you see the celebrations after that. Everyone was backing Saud. He came in last weekend. He conceded a penalty to Lecce, but then he, made up for it, with an assist last weekend. And this game, he got his first start and under Raneiri. And he kind of justified his selection. Matlab kya fantastic finish tha. Overall had a very solid game, and good to see. He's a guy who's always smiling, and of course he's come from Asian football into European football. Sab kuch naya hai uske liye. He's adjusting. He's getting used to the environment. So very happy that he capped off with a goal, and also got the Braga keeper sent off as well. So uska wo bhi ek contribution tha. And the second goal came quite early in the second half. Uske baad mein it was just, Braga were not in the game. I don't think so. Braga had any chance, to kind of threaten Roma's advantage. They were second best to everything. The likes of João Moutinho and Ricardo Horta, ye sare जाने माने players hai. You heard of these players, but unfortunately they couldn't step up on the night for the Portuguese club. It was just Roma throughout. And this is the stat, right? Roma had 34 shots. 34. I mean, that's a crazy stat. 7 big chances and an XG. ठीक है, XG आप बोल सकते हो कि 3 गोल तो मारे, लेकिन आप फिर भी, जैसे मैंने at the top of the video बोला, 6 or 7-0 would have also been an all-right scoreline. Miles Villar had no saves to make in the entire game. So you can imagine, absolutely no saves to make for the Roma keeper. Very comfortable night for him per se. And overall, Mancini, Hummels, Indica look like the back three that is set. And of course, you have Angelino, Zalewski as right wing back. And when Zeki Chele comes back to full fitness, it looks like he'll be competing with Saud Abdul Hamid. Let's talk about the guys in the middle of the park. And I really think that Manu Kone had a fantastic game. Leo Paredes was, not playing in this game due to a fever, but it looks like Paredes and Kone would be the midfield pivot going forward. Manu Kone ki baat kare yaar, what a player! Kya glide karta hai. Very difficult to take the ball off him, and he's got all the skills in his arsenal. I mean, fantastic player. He can dribble the ball. He's got a good pass. He releases the ball at the right time. He got an assist for Saud. Could have had a few more assists had Matthias Sule not missed a glaring chance. So Manu Kone had a fantastic game and probably Roma's best signing of the summer. And he's a player that Roma would look to hold on for at least some time. I'm just hoping and praying to all the gods, football gods, please keep him fit and let him have these performances so that Roma fans can enjoy his time here in Rome, which I personally feel is going to be short-lived if he keeps on performing like this. Because ऐसे players बहुत कम है. I mean, the player that I can think of is that he's got a few skill sets of Paul Pogba, the way that he glides past, his opponents. Of course, he's not as strong and physical and, tall as Pogba, but, he's very, very silky on the ball. So that's the term I was looking for. And very, very cerebral player. The बहुत दिमाग वाला player है वो तो. Manu Kone was good. Nicola Pisilli was playing in, as his partner. Nicolo Pisilli also had a very, very solid game. Generally doesn't play as a 6-8 per se. He plays as a 8-10. But Pisilli also had a very, very solid game alongside him. Dybala, like I mentioned, as the falls died. Matthias Sule unfortunately had, a poor game. He missed a couple of chances. Lekin, he's still, again, he's also moved in the summer, and I need to give him the benefit of the doubt. The talent is there for the kid, and there's a lot of time for him in the season to, make up for, the goals that he should be scoring right now. He'll come good. I'm pretty sure he'll come good. And of course, Pellegrini ke baare mein to maine baat hi kiya. He was instrumental, and it feels that he's a change player now, and hopefully he can carry that form into these next bunch of games that's coming up for Roma, leading from the front because he is the club captain at the end of the day. Good to see Dobbik coming back, El Shaarawy Salamakers getting, a run in the end, and Hermoso scoring the third goal, capping of the night. The keeper parried it and Hermoso finished it, and of course he came out with the celebration of his. So good to see that Hermoso also, after the initial struggles of Hummels and Hermoso जो as free agents आए थे towards the end of the transfer window, अब वो सारे निकल गए. Thank Claudio Raneiri for bringing in some stability, some joy in the lives of us Roma fans, because that is what we're feeling right now. यार सुबह उठ के ना बहुत लाइट महसूस होता है, बहुत रिलैक्स महसूस होता है, क्योंकि कितने महीनों का हमारा फ्रस्ट्रेशन था, कितने महीनों का हमारा दुख, दर्द और पीड़ा था, तो फाइनली अब निकल चुका है. Hopefully the next game is against Como on Sunday night. I'll try to do a live watch along. Let's see how the day goes over there. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys like the video. I hope you guys, if you did not watch the game, I would recommend go and watch the highlights of this performance from Roma, because this was a stunning European performance. It's only upwards and onwards from here. I'm Ajay Menon. You are on my channel. Sempre Forza Roma. Until next time, it's ciao ciao.